have that responsibility to get up and free yourself, man. You have that responsibility. Nobody's going to do it for you. So will the atheist stand up in the building, man? Stand up. And without any further ado, I want to bring on this brother Sebastian Cole and let this brother introduce himself to you. Peace and black power to you, brother. What's happening, man? Let me unmute you.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother. Peace and black power.
Peace and black power to you and to the family, to everybody at large. You know what I'm saying? My name is Sebastian Cole. I don't normally do this kind of stuff for a living. I'm a singer, songwriter, and producer. You probably heard some of my work. I work with, you name them, Alicia Keys, Brandy, Usher, Demi Lovato, Alicia Cara, Fifth Harmony. You name them, I probably worked with them and wrote some songs for them. Her, Skip Marley. The OJs. I was the last person to write a song with Betty right before she died.
Peace and black power, family. Welcome to another Son of the TV House of Consciousness production. Yeah, you already know Atheist Stand Up. We're trying to get back into our natural culture, get back into our minds, our bodies, you know. So I've been introduced to a brother today. I was looking and strolling on Instagram, and I came across this brother having a discussion with JJ7000. He will be debating JJ7000. I think that's going down tonight. So, but I think the joint that got me when I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, JJ, you ain't over your head, brother. You don't know what you're dealing with. So here we go right here. I'm going to show y'all. I tried to grab the video.
I see you trying to peek in right now. Come on in there, Godfather. Come on in.
You smashed him and you ain't even debated him yet. You just killed him on this, man.
Right here, man. I need to know what
Can everybody hear it out there?
Yeah, we can. How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm feeling like a champion over here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Get that feeling as long as you can.
Hey, you in some trouble.
Oh, shit. It's a chess move, everybody. Have you noticed he ain't bringing nothing what he gonna bring to the table? Tell the world why atheism. Hold up.
I'm gonna
tell the world.
Here, listen.
Tell the world right now.
Listen.
I got Terry watching.
Listen.
Tell the world right now.
Listen.
I got Terry watching. Come on, atheism. Hold up.
I'm gonna
tell the world.
Here, listen.
Tell the world right now. Listen. I got Terry watching.
Because of what I say, baby, damage control.
You're a weirdo.
He's a fucking weirdo.
To keep putting a man's name in your mouth that's not even speaking on you. Like, I've been on the phone with you and Sonetta and even Polite. I've been on the phone with all of y'all before, and what pisses me off about Sonetta is the person that he is when that camera come on is not the same person that he is when he's on the phone personally with you, giving you props. Oh, when we gonna do this? When we gonna do that? When we gonna set up this? But the moment something happened, he wanna scream your name in a negative way. The moment them cameras roll, he wanna put the Mighty Hebrew's name in his fucking mouth on some negative shit. Now, if he jumped at somebody and we got kids and all that, you honestly think we got time to be wrapped up in some bullshit like that? This is why I don't like Sonetta. And then for one, for two, or three, show the receipts of anything. Show a receipt of anything. I challenge you, anything. I think at the age of 34, me and my husband's 45, you think we finna be jumping somebody and we got kids and all that? You honestly think we got time to be wrapped up in some bullshit like that? This is why I don't like Sonetta. And then for one, for two, or three, show the receipts of anything.
He ain't showing out one receipt.
Show a receipt of anything. I challenge you, anything.
But we're gonna show a few receipts tonight. I'm
just tired I'm tired of Sonetta because it's just the fact that his video was supposed to be speaking about Polite, and yet you didn't speak about Polite. You spoke about everybody else. You spoke about stuff that you know ain't true. You know, this is exactly why I don't fuck with Sonetta. I don't fuck with Napa, because I don't fuck with that messy shit. I just don't. Excuse me for cussing, but it's just long overdue. Well, you know what, babe? I'm gonna let you go, and we're gonna do this live. and I'm just gonna comment. 'Cause I got too much to say about Sonetta.
Yeah, it's all good. Whenever you was ready, you can finish on why.
I got too much. Oh,
go ahead, keep talking. Why, Mike?
And see, this is the stuff that this is why I don't do social media.
Damage control, because the simple fact, no, they can hear me.
Okay.
I'm saying this. Wherever Polite got himself caught up in, that's Polite's business.
Right.
That ain't got nothing to do with us. As of yet, I haven't once. Yeah, he's using y'all for attention.
To get
views.
And that's true.
Why you keep...
Sonetta has always used the Israelites for views and money. That Israel-Kemet debate, that big debate, that man made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You hear me? And Polite schemed him and only gave him $10,000. He said that Polite schemed him for way more than $10,000. Point being, he using the Israelites for views. The whole watching Israelites fight and debate and all of this stuff is all for views. This man knows that the Israelites are the strongest movement, fastest growing movement on the planet. He knows it and he wants to capitalize off of it, you know, and it's just as simple as that. This is why I tell Israelites to capitalize off your own platforms and build Israelite platforms. You know, when I call y'all, come be on my platform. When y'all call me, I'll come be on y'all platform. And we all do this back and forth with each other. And we build Israelite platforms. That's what we need to be doing. And stay off that man's show. When y'all get on that man's show, y'all tell me that y'all have a very satanic agenda. And that's anybody.
Polite. The only time I dealt with Polite is when I smashed it.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
I don't deal with this dude on these type of levels. I don't know his business. Let me say something to you, Sonetta.
Why he trying to juice the pose?
What you're going to do is you're going to indict yourself
Yes, he
in
is.
a situation that you're not going to be able to get out of because you keep running your mouth.
Right.
You the one. People are abstracting videos from things that you said.
Yes.
You the one that said Polite ran off with your knee. You said
You called him Baby Dr. York.
You called him Baby Dr. York. You the one that put out about your situation with AIDS and all that. You put that out there. Why you keep coming at me as if I'm doing this shit? And let me throw this out there. The other day you just talked.
Shar, I want to tell you what it is. What it is, Shar, he knows that you got a big brother that's on his motherfucking ass. Intellectually, I'm on his motherfucking ass. You know? He knows this. And instead of being a man and coming to me, you dig? The nigga don't want to mention my name, dude. Because he know that when he mention my name, people gonna want to know who in the fuck is this Terry? Who in the fuck is this Terry Whitfield? Who is this Yasha Ben-Yishrael? Who is this guy? Who is this motherfucking guy that's starting all this trouble? You see, Jay done already put me on game, bro. Jay done already told me. You did what the deal is, okay? And what he wants to do is beat up on you and JJ because of me. You see, and if you weak, you're going to choose him over me. And instead of letting him beat you up, you're going to kiss his ass. And then you're going to turn on me. See, it's an old psychological trick. See, I'm older than you guys. Okay, y'all don't see what this cat trying to do. He is trying to do whatever he can to shut me the fuck up. You see? There are certain guys out here that he don't want to talk. And I'm going to tell you who these guys is. Taharka Bey, Terry, Yasha Ben-Yishrael, and Dr. Inky. Trust me. Anybody else even heard what y'all had to say? Y'all ain't coming at full throttle attack mode. Me and those other two brothers are. And I'm coming at Sonetta simply because he make these bogus claims and he's not man enough to face me. It's simple as that. He tried all kind of little slick shit on his shows when he invited me on there. You know, whatever. He did everything in his power to let it be known that I can't afford to have you speaking. You did. So I started my own motherfucking platform. Thank you, Sonetta. You inspired me to open up my own fucking door. I never even thought about podcasting or any of this, but when I seen the hatred and the wickedness and the shit that you say about Israelites and won't let real thoroughbred Israelites come up, see, you very picky about who you have on your show. You just a jinky motherfucker, man. I mean, for years and years and years, you focused on the jinkiest, dumbest, wackest Israelites in the fucking game, those campers. And you, for years, thought that they were the face of Israel. Okay? You thought that the Israelite world revolved around the ISUPK at first. And then you had to learn that there was different splinter groups in the One West doctrine. See, you was already late, man. You know, and you just now coming up to speed between Old Testament and New Testament Israelites and New Testament Israelites that have nothing to do with the One West philosophy. See, you're just getting put up to speed on all that knowledge. But see, let me hook you up on something else. There's different types of Old Testament Israelites too, my buddy. You got the Pharisee and you got the Sadducee, my brother, the Benzodaki. And I, my friend, am of the Benzodaki, the order of the Benzodaki. And dude, I am cut from a cloth like something you have never motherfucking seen before in your motherfucking life, son. You hear me? And I have corrected every major Israelite out there. Y'all niggas know it. That's why y'all don't want me on y'all platforms, you see. Cause we be in the back chat on Facebook and even on certain people pages. You know, when y'all see my name, y'all niggas get the fuck on. Okay? That's what y'all do. Y'all be in there getting down. But when I pop up on the scene, y'all get the fuck on. I done been on videos with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? And or in the back chat talking. You know what I'm saying? And they be recorded. You know what I'm saying? As soon as I come on the scene, all these motherfuckers get the fuck on, cowards. And that's what my problem is. You see, what the problem is that y'all niggas is trying to hold me back, see? You know, y'all think that I want to ride off of y'all coattails and all of this, and I just want to question you like a motherfucking man. I don't need y'all. I've been around this game longer than any one of y'all. I've been in the conscious community when motherfucking dumbass Sonetta was in the motherfucking penitentiary, running with Pianki and them, okay? Which is Elliot Blunt's uncle. You did? When this nigga was in the fucking penitentiary. You did? I was running with the Detroit Malik Shabazz. Okay? And Io Hunter, Queen Mother. Rest in peace, baby. She died June the 10th. Ain't that something? Yeah. See, that's why he is attacking you, because of the shit that I'm doing. Sonetta knows that whole AIDS thing, I'm the reason why that shit is popped off. Sonetta knows this. He knows this. He knows all of this shit started from me because he was the first motherfucker I gave a video to when I made it. He ain't heard nobody else talking about it since Suge made them all them old ass videos Suge got, man. Them videos been sitting on the motherfucking shelf for years. People stopped watching that shit a long time ago. A lot of people didn't even take that shit serious. You see? But right after the JJ Napa debate, you gotta understand the Sa and Napa, they in the back chat in some of those Alliance Den groups. And K-reema and Napa been going at it since day one. You know? But see me, I'll go over there and just get in it and slap his bitch up because his bitch supposed to be an Israelite. and she teaching wrong information as an Israelite. So, and he thinks she hot, so I just go in there and beat her the fuck up. And anybody who try to defend her, I beat them the fuck up, because that's what I do in the Lion's Den. I'm the enforcer in that motherfucker, trust me. And everywhere else I go, I am the most formidable Israelite alive, son. So, it's a back and forth going on between me, K-reema, okay, Gary Frankie, which is Sarnetta, and Napasha Dye. And I get tired of Gary Frankie trying to play me like I'm a nobody, when I am the most formidable motherfucking Israelite alive. I've been in this shit longer than any motherfucker that he knows, and much more intelligent. Okay? I didn't sit around here with my thumb up my motherfucking ass. I'm not like Polite. Polite don't speak all these motherfucking languages. This is why y'all don't want me and him to have no exchange. See, because I would embarrass that boy. Okay? Now, he's a little boy to me. That boy like 12 years fucking younger than me. And about 20 years dumber. Okay? I was smarter than that fucker when I was a fucking Christian motherfucking minister. Trust me. Now, this is the reason why he's beating up on the mighty Hebrew. And he's trying to find a way to manipulate JJ7 into trying to control Terry. Now, JJ know I get the fuck up out the Lion's Den before I let a motherfucker control me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't let nobody control me. I do what the fuck I want to do. You not my God. I do what the Lord told me to do. These men have violated the children of Israel. They have violated the children of Israel's power that they mistranslate as God. And I don't like it. And I am here to defend it. See? Now, if you want to mind your business and be atheist, go do that. But these motherfuckers be barking up the wrong tree. Okay? And I'm tired of seeing these guys slap y'all around with the bullshit. Come get Big Brother. And let them smack the Big Brother around. It ain't a motherfucker on side of the network or that has been on that bitch that can see me. And I bear witness to that. That is why I started it, okay? And I passed it to you, Sharp. I passed the video it's on my Anchor podcast and it's on my YouTube page, okay? Under two different names, just in case he did something to strike my page. He can't strike my Anchor account. He ain't got that kind of motherfucking power. He can't even strike my YouTube page, actually, simply because of what you said. These is his self-indictments against his motherfucking self, and by doing stupid shit, okay? And since my name just happened to be aired on his fucking show last week, okay, because he picked it, and he picked the spot where Jay called my motherfucking name. You know? Oh yeah, he know what the fuck he doing. And it got a lot to do with some shit I said in the back chat. And you in them groups, Sharp, about Polite. And he passed this shit to Polite. This is that Sarnetta passing me niggas that I don't even messages that the niggas said about me that I don't even know. See, that's what that's about. Basically, I just made it clear that the shit that boy doing, man, he couldn't come to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Detroit don't play them rapist games, and you walking around here like that. You ain't no gangster, you ain't no thug, you ain't nothing like that. You been came here, nigga, and nigga been to hit you for that 20 in your pocket, that fucking other 80 in the trunk, and took that motherfucking Rolls Royce and drove that bitch into the motherfucking Detroit River and stripped your ass butt naked and just left you there. Wouldn't even kill you, nigga. Just left you, took everything and just left your ass right in the middle of Detroit, nigga. That's what I said. And he passed that information to Polite. Just like when he gets on there talking about the rabbit got the gun and shit. You know, he's talking about Inky. Okay? Because see, this video, man, been sitting on Unc's shelf for the longest. See, I watch everybody and everything. This is why I'm so motherfucking well informed. Okay? And when he got to talking that shit, and, you know, I said, okay, well, I got something for you. So I went and I created the video. I chopped different pieces from different videos, and some of the pieces I think came from other videos that didn't even do. Okay, but at the end, the very last video came from a spot in there, you know, and I think Unc mentioned his name, and I didn't edit it out, but I left it in there, you know, to give credit to Unc, so Unc can get some views. You know, I'm about helping you build your platform, and you help me build my platform, and we put real fucking information out here and get rid of these sucker ducks. You see? And I passed it to Tahaka Bay. And Tahaka Bay was already on their ass. You know what I'm saying? So, and I passed that video to Tahaka Bay, and them boys at Folk was the first person to go ham on it. When Shah Sham saw that shit, that's when Shah Sham went crazy. Bang! And mad props to Uncle Suge. You know, don't nobody say nothing about Terry Whitfield. They know where that shit came from. And these niggas know I ain't lying. I started that shit. Okay? I inspired that shit. Okay? Under the inspiration of Unc. Okay? Now, and Tahaka Bay gets on it, and Tahaka Bay goes motherfucking ham, hard as a motherfucker. Okay? And then that video inspired a whole wave of motherfuckers, and everybody got on the bandwagon and started making videos off of it. My videos don't even get viewed because I'm the inspiration. I'm the man in the shadows. See, what I try to get y'all people to understand, man, that I'm more powerful than motherfuckers will ever under motherfuckers stand. We dealing with the Aleph Lamed, okay? Power, Eli, my power, which you translate as my God. And I'm here to tell you that my power is very, very strong. It's connected to the strength of the universe type of power. And you best to believe that. And I'll say this, the only people that ever step foot on South platform that I take my hat off to is number one, the Shar Mighty Hebrew. Number two, JJ 7000. Number three, Hebrews in the Hood. Number four, Divine Prospect. Okay. Then we got another category of cats that I take my hat off to. That's been on your show. Number one, Black Jesus Minister, my big homie. That's my big brother. I put him in a separate category because he's a Hebrew, he's an Israelite, he's a Kemetic, he is the ultimate black man, the Renaissance black man. He studied all, denying none. I like that. A man like myself. Okay? And then you got, who else? Pastor Bennett. I like him. I take my hat off to Pastor Bennett. Okay? Christian. Okay? And then you got Inky. Okay? Yeah, Dr. Inky. I always took my hat off to him. If I'm not mistaken, he was the first champion, and you better understand why, because that man ain't nothing to play with. Okay? Man, the rest of them cats on that show, man, I don't give a fuck about, man. I don't respect them. You know what I'm saying? They very disingenuous motherfuckers, snakes and turncoats, niggas with no backbone, beta males. All the guys that I spoke of as alphas. You hear me? Zion Lex too. I like Zion Lex too. You know, I don't have no connection with Zion Lex. I don't talk to him. He don't talk to me. You know, I string along. I watch him. You know what I'm saying? I respect his work. You know, he may have something every now and then. You know, he might say something to spark me, and I may comment on it or whatnot. But I don't have no real connection with him. You know what I'm saying? I never met him. You know what I'm saying? But all them other guys know me. Everybody, many people that been on your platform know exactly who the fuck I am. Carl Albert. All them cats know who I am. Anybody that's connected with Black Israel that has been on your show, except for Zion Lex, know exactly who I am and been knowing who I am for years and highly, highly respect me. Tazariak know who the fuck I am. But he a part of them turncoat niggas. He goes with the Sinetta Simps, beta male, as far as I'm concerned. Them niggas who would rather act like I don't exist. Because it's better for them, in their mind, to act like I don't exist. Because they can't deal with the fucking information that I bring to this motherfucking table, dog. The Israelites across the board, the typical Israelite, can't deal with the truth that I bring to the motherfucking table. Okay? Because I bring that real shit. Right? That's why Sinetta is attacking you, brother. Okay? That's why he's attacking you. And I've been on his ass every motherfucker since. Be all in their videos, busting their ass in the comments, getting throughout the comment section. All that shit. Okay? It's a beef. It's a little quiet beef going on between me and Sinetta. Okay? I'm on his ass and he running like a little bit edge. You know, I wish that nigga would mention my motherfucking name. Do it. I dare you. They never do that. Because he's a fucking coward. Okay? He'd rather beat you up instead. And beat up all the other Israelites instead. You know? And because he keep doing that shit, and he'll stop and they be cool with you, then turn around and do that again. And y'all be playing with him. Well, I'm not going to play with this bitch ass nigga. Okay? It's going straight down. And I got a flock of motherfuckers behind me. Okay? Inky. Okay? Whom I never met. But he know Taharka Bey, whom I inspired. I inspired Taharka, and Taharka inspired me. Every one of these men who I've mentioned have inspired me, and I have motherfucking inspired them. I'm talking about on a serious level. Okay? And this is why Sinetta be jumping on you, bro. Because he don't like me. And he ain't bitch enough to talk to me about it. Okay? Or about me about it. He rather just beat y'all up. You know what I'm saying? That's why he does that. See, as I beat his ass, you know, you gotta understand, as I beat his ass, it could only hurt him. Whatever he do to me could never hurt me. The only thing he could do is send a whole bunch of motherfucking traffic and views my way. You dig? That's all he could ever do for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why he won't mention me, see? You dig? And I can get less than a fuck about that because I am commissioned to go and teach the gospel to every man, woman, boy, and girl. You better listen to my Uncle Thomas Whitfield as he tried to tell y'all. That's deeply in my bloodline. And I will stand on the corner and do it for free. And if I can just get one to listen to me, I have done my job, see? Trust me, I got several. The people that listen to me is the ones that count. Not the peons and the babes, but the big dogs. Those are the ones that watch my movements. All right? I am the most formidable Israelite alive. And Sinetta is beating you up because of that. Sinetta know who I am, man. You dig? Okay? This is what this video is about, right? And many people know who the fuck I am. The name of this video is going to be Who is Terry? Okay, I'm telling you who Terry is. Terry is the guy who started the Kemet-Israel war when I beat the shit out of Ashwa Kwesi like in 1996 at the Mayflower Congressional Church on the west side of Detroit. I think, what's that, on Meyer Street, 6 Miles or something like that? Right next to Bailey's Cathedral. I was a little young boy, man. I was like in my early 20s, man, and I smashed the shit out of that guy. I asked him like 2 questions, man, and it just embarrassed me. You dig? You know? Just asking questions that just made him look real, real bad. You know, this old man couldn't answer this question, you know, honestly, without rhetoric. You dig? And it made him look real, real bad. And he knew that I was an Israelite, you see? Because I was talking about that, and I questioned him about that. You did. Mind you, that is one of Seti's mentors, okay? And mind you, that I went to school with Seti. Martin Luther King High School, Elliott Blunt, man. All 4 years. We had several classes together. In fact, we used to rap together pretty much, not as a group. There's a gang of rappers, you know what I'm saying? Used to hang over there at my lunch table every day. And we'd be over there rapping like a motherfucker. I'm talking about, said he got flow, said he could rap. He was a much better rapper back then than he is now. He had that slow Eric B type flow, you know what I'm saying? He used to EPMD Eric B type flow, you know what I mean? Nah, he was nice though. You know, I was that Rakim, Big Daddy Kane type, LL Cool J type motherfucker, you know. But back in the late 80s, early 90s, you know, from like 87 to like 90. I think we graduated in 90. So everybody know who I am, man. You know, Facebook took the picture down, my page, my page, where me and Renoko Rashidi have done work together. And these people, man, dude, the people who you talk about, you know, how he talk about motherfucking, the greatest scholar in the world to him was Dr. Khaled. Well, do know that every time Dr. Khaled came to Detroit when he was beefing with the Nation of Islam, the Israelites was his bodyguard, and the leader of the Israelites was Minister Terry Whitfield, also known as Yasha Ben-Yishrael. And when Akgador Daniel Wellens, R.I.P., and Yahada Shabbat Baskerville, they would go straight to the airport and pick up Geronimo Pratt and Steve Coakley. You dig? And Dr. Khaled. And they did it. When they did it up under my permission and up under my authority. I knew where all those guys at every moment that they was here. You dig? My Israelite camp protected them. Okay? So, it's Sarnetta's embarrassed that I'll embarrass him. I've been in this gang longer than him. Okay? And I will really make him look very, 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 very bad. Okay? You know, I'm one of them guys that you thought you was the shit until I came around. You know? And that's why he's beating you up, bro. And if I mean by beating you up, I'm talking about attacking you, because he can't beat you up. The motherfucker can't beat a fucking fly. That little gun he have in his videos, I smack that bitch and beat his ass and take that gun from his little punk ass.
Right by the Mount Carroll River. Like, yo, I don't, listen, you know why I don't, listen, you know why I don't care.
Jealous. You're right, bro. She's jealous. That's what it is.
Straight up like that. See, y'all playing with a family that's really about that life. You honestly think me and my husband need to jump somebody? Do you think me and my husband need to jump somebody? I'm not scared of none of you hoes. But what is true is that when my husband and Sarnetta and all of them went to Chicago, the reason why I didn't show up to Chicago is because I have so much hate for Sarnetta because of how he disses our community. I didn't want to go because I would have beat the shit out of the pond just off of your ass, Sarnetta. I would have beat the shit out of your wife because of how disrespectful you are. Because I'm not going to come at a man on thinking I'm stronger than him. No, I'm not stupid, but what I am going to do is slap the shit out your bitch. That's why I didn't go to Chicago. Because see, the thing about it is, you hoes hop on here and you hop on this social media shit, and you guys talk all of this shit, and then you see each other in person, and you don't do nothing that you say you do. I would have went there, and I would have messed up the whole reason why the princess even met up with Sarnetta. And so just because
nation for the House of Consciousness, me, everything, that whole trip, you meeting up with Hebrews in the hood, walls in Jericho. Okay? You really don't want to know why Team Osiris didn't come.
Yep, because I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it because they was going to lay your ass out. That's why. That's why. My husband had to let them brothers know, listen, I'm out here with Sarnetta.
It wasn't Team Osiris.
No, it wasn't Team Osiris. What was them group of Hebrews in Chicago that we was on the phone with? And they said that they wanted to lay Sarnetta out, and my husband said, no, leave him alone, because we out here on a mission.
And Sarnetta knows the truth for the simple fact, when I told Sarnetta, I just got the phone call from cats wanting to come at his neck. He was like, no, don't tell me that. Don't do that, don't tell me that. He was nervous as fuck. It was me that kept niggas off his top in Chicago. Go up Chicago and talk shit about the mighty Hebrew in Chicago and see what happened. There's already cats in Chicago. I can show you inboxes where they like, yo, what's up with this nigga disrespecting you? Wasn't you the one that kept us off his top? And the only reason why I ain't saying no names because I ain't trying to incriminate.
No, don't say no names.
But it's disrespectful. So let's go to the facts real quick.
My thing is, if you knew all of this information, why is it now that Polite is under the fire and what you call the hot seat, you're trying to deflect onto other people who had similar situations?
Right.
The problem with you, Sonetta, is that Polite is a grown-ass man, and he was messing with what was she, 14? My husband was 17, and he never even had sexual relations with the girl, but argue, she was 15,
Come on, that's
and you was 17.
Look, Terry, look, here go an age right here, Terry.
Look, my thing is, if you knew all of this information, why is it now that Polite is under the fire and what you call the hot seat, you're trying to deflect onto other people who had similar situations?
Right.
The problem with you, Sonetta, is that Polite is a grown-ass man, and he was messing with what was she, 14? My husband was 17, and he never even had sexual relations with the girl, but argue, she was 15, and you was 17.
Look, Terry, look, here go an age right here, Terry.
Look, right there, it says.
All right, who's next? Who didn't ask the question? On the live stream. Okay, go ahead. Whoever that was, go right ahead. Hold on. And then we're going to go to Ratchet. Ratchet, you next. Go ahead, bro.
This is Terry Whitfield. I have a question for Sebastian. I like to know, I got two questions actually. I like to know, when did you become an atheist? Was it before or after you entered into the music industry? And number two is, you made a statement, okay? You said that the Twa were the people who had, we believe that God, the atheist thing, comes from white folks. And that it was stated that all black people have God in their religion or culture, okay? I'm asking you, we talking about the Twa. You said that Twa were people that had no God. Now, Mfadishi is a man who's been studying Kemetic science, African culture for decades. And what Mfadishi said was that the Twa was always kept around in the courts of Kemet because they were the only one who knew the dances of the gods.
Fair.
Now, why, if this was stated about the Twa, how do you come up with the conclusion that the Twa did not have a god?
That's a very good question. Let ask the first part of the question again. There was two parts. I know the Twa part. What was the first part of the question one more time?
It was two questions. Was it the first?
Hey, ask the first question again. I'm going to answer them both. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure I answer them in order.
Was you an did you become
okay.
You don't have the answer, Sway.
I have been in the music industry my whole life.
I mean, like contracted, like having a major record deal type thing.
I've been writing songs for major artists under major contracts for my whole life, since I was 11.
Wow.
So yes, technically, yes, I did become an atheist after being involved in the music industry. But I was atheist until I was 35. I'm 35.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Now to speak to the Twa thing, the human species, Homo sapiens sapiens, have been around for 300,000 years. 300,000 years, right? The Twa people were rich, which is really one of the most original people. And the reason we call them one of the most original people is because we can link them directly to Lucy, who was 3 million years old. And she grew up in the same area. Right? But for 300,000 years, none of us had gods. The oldest god we can find is about 40,000 years old. The oldest record of a god that we know, 40,000 years old. which means that for 90% of human existence, there has been no God, and we've been just fine without it.
I don't think that answered my question, because my question was more to the Twa. You know that there's...
Okay, they do the dances of the God, but if you cannot find a reference to their own God. They do the dances of Bes. And Bes was an Egyptian God, but they had no God of their own. Bes is an Egyptian God. But they do the dance of the God. And here's the problem.
So they were the only ones who knew the dances of the Egyptian God?
Of the Egyptian God, yes. Here's the thing about a God. A God can't be defined. Let me answer. A God can't be defined. Right now, I can totally tell you, I know the answers to the subterranean mouse God. How could you check it? You couldn't. This is my point. This is legend and folklore. Let me finish the answer. This is legend and folklore. Whenever we start, until you can prove that a God exists, then we're going to run into this problem.
I wanted to
prove that Bes exists.
I want
to argue the existence of
I'm
Bes.
making the connection between the Twa and them having a God or no.
Hear what I'm saying. If it is culturally beneficial for me to make a dance for Bes,
they did not have no God. Like they run around here like animals.
Show me the Twa God. The God you just gave me was Bes, which is an Egyptian God. Show me the Twa God.
All right. Okay, Brother Cole. Don't comment, but since Kyle was co-host, did comment, and you guys can look this up, that the Bantu Pygmy Twa, the Twa people, do have and did have gods, and they still worship gods to this day.
We definitely picked them up over time. Absolutely.
No, brother. No, brother. The Bantu Pygmy Twa in their most ancient history, before anybody existed except them, the name of their God. Hold on, brother. Hold on. The name of their God. Y'all can look up the name of these gods right now.
Show you a
Bembe, Bembe.
What's the oldest?
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Please, brother. Bembe, Bembe. Komba, Komba, and Khanum, Khounum. And Khanum ended up being an Egyptian god later on, a Nubian and Egyptian god. But all gods and the concept of God and the creation story began with the Bantu Pygmy Twa, who taught that all those names I gave you are different tribal names of tribal gods of the same God, but of different tribal languages.
Listen to what I just said.
Same God. Almost done, brother.
Almost what I just said, bro.
Brother, I'm almost done, bro. Okay. I allow Kyle to speak, and I usually am not going to say nothing, but because these folks, I'm saying this and I'm done. So again, I named three gods, and there are other gods. If y'all look up all the Bantu Pygmy Twa tribes, they all have ancient gods of a supreme God.
Right.
And they all have a creation story. And the first creation story is that this supreme God, who goes by many names, tribal names, Komba, Bembe, and Khanum, and there's some other names, they all share the same creation story, that this God created the universe, the earth, nature, and the first male and first female couple out of clay.
Hold on, let me see.
30 more seconds. And that is the oral history and the oral origin of the Book of Genesis story.
Why am I fighting against the host of this show? But go ahead, Jeremiah. Go ahead.
Hold on. How you fight when Kyle was asked? What I'm saying, that we got Detroit Red, Terry Whitfield in the building, him and K-reema, the enforcers of the Lions Den. You better not run your pork chop lip. That's all we got to say about the situation. Because them two don't let up. You know what I'm saying? They don't cause no trouble, but god dang it, they finish.
People.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them guys back there. All right, and we got Brother Yasha, Terry Whitfield in the building. Go ahead, Aki. Introduce yourself.
Shalom Mishpachah Yisrael. Peace to the family. Israel. Let me repeat that. Shalom Mishpachah Kol Hakol Yisrael. The whole house of Israel. I forgot that whole, the whole house of Israel. I'm talking about my black family, my black African Americans. I was glad when they said unto me, let us come into the house of the Lord. Surely. And that's what I'm all about here. I have an issue, man. I have an issue. What do you stand to gain by taking and snatching the very soul of black people away from them? When it comes to this God thing, this monotheistic thing, this can go back deep down into our roots, further than it goes in anybody's roots. And I asked the brother when he wanted to talk about the Twa. He wanted to sit up there and say that the Twa had no God. And he wanted to talk about Bes was the Egyptian God. But the Egyptians recognized the Twa because they knew the dances of the gods. Knew. Not know. Knew.
They knew.
They knew him. They knew this.
They knew this.
All right, say some of that heat, Yasha. We got to get one more person introduced for you.
God is doing for us. Let every one of us talk about what God has done, what Yahweh Elohim, Yahweh Elohika has done for you. Let everyone tell their personal testimony. God damn it, I got a great one for what he did for me in comparison when I knew not. I want y'all brothers to go ahead and tell y'all testimony of what the Most High did for y'all. We want to talk about what the debate was about. What's better for the black community? Okay, now I'm going to tell my story. My story, I grew up in a drug-infested city. I grew up in the most dangerous city on the fucking planet, Detroit, Michigan. Okay, which is Iraq. The Iraqis who don't even come here, and they live just right around here.
Detroit worse than Iraq.
I grew up in that. I grew up in the hood amongst the most notorious killers, drug dealers, hitmans, pimps, okay? And this life had to set out for me to just grow right into that. All of your names, I'm going to call some names, your Eddie Jacksons, your Monster Crews, okay? Your Young Boys Incorporated, okay? All of that old Best Friends and Demetrius Holloways. I stood over Maserati Rick's casket, and I saw that man buried in that Benz because I knew those people. And that was the world that this devil had for me, okay? And here I stand today, a young man, sitting in a house that I just paid cash money for. Today, it's a little piece of shit, but it's mine.
Congratulations, son.
Okay, hear me? I'm sitting here with this big-ass gold chain on my motherfucking neck right now. Okay? You hear me? That's mine. That's nothing. Guess what? They wanted me to drop out of high school to sell drugs. I done been educated in America's finest colleges and universities. Before I met Yahweh, when I was in school, I couldn't even pass an English test. Today, I speak 4 or 5 fucking languages. Let's talk about history, okay? Let's talk about culture. These are the things that the Most High have taught me. It taught me how to respect and to love my African-American brothers and sisters. I don't know how you got rape out of these scriptures. Maybe because when I studied the Hebrew text, and then I studied history, then I studied the science that go along with this stuff, I have a problem with these people talking this stuff, man. If you want to use science. Well, Jay, you went into your area of science. Let these motherfuckers debate me. And we're going to go off into the 12 dimensions of reality. Because once you get past 5, we got to talk about God now, goddammit. Mm-hmm. And all 12 dimensions, there's about 26 of them. Science. Okay? Are real. scientifically real. They exist. Let's talk about that. I want to pass the mic, man, because I feel some kind of way, man, when you want to take... See, we talk about the Aleph Lamet, okay? When I began to study the Israelite Phoenician hieroglyphs, which go back to Egypt, yeah. Mm-hmm. When I began to study it, I saw the Aleph, okay? Power, strength, and I saw the Lamet, the staff, direction, guidance. We're talking about power here. When you talk about your God, I will let you deal with that, but let me talk about Eli. Eli, my power, my strength, and what have strengthened and empowered me, goddammit. Let's go. I'll pass.
It's on my own. But this the militant part of it drew me into the Hebrew Israelite culture. You see what I'm saying? And then, then I'm seeing all these people coming against the books, the Garfields of the world, the Unc Wesses, the Sarnettas, the Polites, the Setties, Shakas, and all these cats. I'm like, damn, these niggas out here lying. I said, no, I got to get in this fight. And then who inspired me was Cat Desariat, Michael Edwards, Mighty Hebrew, Hebrews in the Hood. Them were the four that I used to watch when I first came into the game. How did the Most High create RS viruses and shit like that? And little bitty cells. I told you, science cannot explain everything. But yeah, and like she said, 10 dimensions.
And James, when he got to talking about that, how the RNA and all of that has to do, what do you say? It subsides in water or something.
Right, that makes your God smart.
But God damn it, when you go back to the beginning of the Hebrew text, did not it talk about how Ruach breathed over the face of the deep? Huh?
Yeah.
Didn't it talk about space and water first?
Yes, it did.
Man.
And life came from that. The Bible talks about the very first life forms came from the water. He breathed on the face of the deep. The same environment that he was talking about for RNA and water is the same environment that life was created out of. And when you read in science, it talks about how life came from a one-celled water dwelling organism.
These guys is crazy. See, you can see things through the lens that you chose to see it through, but I'm gonna see it through the lens that I've been trained to see it through. And this boy been into this stuff since he was 11 years old. I've been into music before that, and my uncle was Thomas Whitfield, one of the greatest gospel legends around, and I played for the greatest gospel singers in my lifetime. But let's go back to the reading in the Word. I've been studying this Word since I was 7 years old, boy. Let's go back to the beginning and talk about how Ruach, the wind, breathe over the face of the deep. And tell me do your RNA, how your RNA and theory fits into that. See, these boys talking real crazy, man. There's a satanic agenda. And just like the Mighty Hebrew and Zion Lex was saying earlier in that video that I think it made yesterday, man, this is the fastest growing. I've been in this stuff over 30 years, man. Over 30 years, hard. I was a licensed, ordained Pentecostal preacher. And I turned and gospel musician, and I turned all that away. And a rapper and an actor. And I turned all that away for this. When I was in this, Israelites were few and far between when I first got into this. I'm here to tell you, we here now, baby. This is the fastest growing movement on the planet. And just like Pharaoh was staking In Egypt, oh, they growing too fast. They multiplied. Yeah, that's what's happening now, baby. Israelites stand up. Yasha. Because that's what happened. And in the midst of this, y'all boys be careful, because watch out for y'all families and y'all friends. These devils is killing us out here. This coronavirus, what the scriptures got to say about plagues? What did Egypt got to say about plagues? What does about plagues? And who intelligent enough to talk to me about it? And I don't believe scientists got to say about it.
How about the 400-year prophecy? Y'all want to? Yeah, look, our God is speaking to us. Now, so the
problem is that they want a tailor-made God. You know, all my life, my elders has always taught me, whether I was learning from Islam, Christianity, or Judaism, that God does what he wants to do. God is majestic, not you. These niggas want a tailor-made God. You know, I like how when you hollered at him about his morals. See, morals are an established system of principles. And us Israelites got that.
Right.
Okay? We got that. We got an established system of principles. You can't say you have some goddamn morals to me if you can't tell me what's your established system of principles.
It's do us thy will is a whole little law. They want to hide it, but it's really mixed in with Satanism. All that shit is tied together. Atheism, Satanism, all that Darwinism, all that stuff that ain't really for our. Oh, none of that's for our people, bro.
The adversary of Yahweh and the Israelites.
Right. Well, go ahead, Brother John. You want to get back in?
Yeah. Look, like you said, this Israelite thing is the fastest movement. The reason why is because it's the truth. All right? People gravitating to something that's true. Now, all the people that are people, they've been reading these scriptures, especially the book of Deuteronomy, going to tell you what the prophecy is going to happen to his people. Now, we the only people on the earth that fit that. So that's why it's the fastest movement. See, here's my thing. Whether y'all believe there's a Christ or whether you believe there's a Father, a supreme being, all of your ass is going to believe that day when he returns. And he coming back. And whoever ain't on his team, he going to leave your ass behind. Period. This ain't no damn joke. This ain't no game. You playing with souls, man. Playing with your own and playing with your people's soul. Ain't no time to be bullshit no more, man. That's what's wrong with our people now. You niggas got so much of a bullshit spirit in you. That's all you know. But the bullshit. And a lot of niggas saying the Bible done corrupted the black race. That's a damn lie, nigga. Ain't no Bible corrupted nobody. People done used the Bible for their own personal gain and lied upon the Bible. Not the Bible itself, man. That's why our people need to pull their head out of the ass of this world. Either you gonna wake up or you gonna stay asleep. That's what's wrong with our people now. Scriptures tell you in the book of Romans, the 13th chapter, it's high time to wake out of sleep. Our people been sleeping for 400 years ever since they got their ass to this country on them slave ships, man. You think all the years that our people don't suffer? And I ask any atheist this question. You saying atheism is good for the black race? Nigga, you must be smoking some crack, nigga. Or you got a crack in your skull. Right. The thing that got black people through all this over these 400 years was believing in a supreme being, you dumb niggas.
Right.
What you think got us through all this? Believing in a non-God? Believing in the devil? Satan? Nigga, we always been believing in a power higher than us, man. And that's what got black people through all their trials and tribulations ever since we got here and wherever our people are scattered at. All right? So you niggas is talking madness, man. And I'm going to say this too. The Lord said every idle word your ass going to be judged for that. So keep on talking that shit and see what happened to your ass.
Polite. Sarnetta.
They taking it for a joke, man. Trying to tell them, bro. And then it's crazy. Somebody like a Kyle, Even you should know better, Kyle. And then it's crazy. Somebody like a Kyle, even you should know better, Kyle. You said you're practicing Nigerian, and you practice Ifa. Oh, is that my screen? What screen is that?
The original Israelite culture.
You practice Ifa.
The Ife.
You know, they hit the spiritual. So how can you even be backing atheists? Ifa is like, they got over maybe, I don't know how many deities, smaller deities to get to Uladu Marie.
I just know if you just look up the Ife and the Ifiq culture, and look up the origin, and you're going to find Israel a part of their oral tradition. And it is a very, very ancient and old oral tradition.
Or your ancestors is the intermediary to get to the top creator, and you running around here trying to promote some new atheism, then you need to put the E5 down because you're confusing people. But I yield the floor. Somebody want to share something? Go ahead.
Yeah, me. I'm trying to figure out, okay, this is his lyrics, and it's the second verse of his lyrics, right?
Sebastian lyrics?
Yes. So he just said, I just sent another prayer. Who he talking to? Who he sending it to?
Oh, right there. Yeah, look at this, y'all. Can y'all see it? It said in verse 2, baby, I'm numb to the news of violence. I just sent another prayer. This is an atheist. He wants to believe in God when it's beneficial for him, when he over there making his music. When he over there making his music, oh, I love you, God. Let me pray. But then when he get around everybody else, now it's F God, F the children. Y'all see all that disrespect he did yesterday, man, or 2 days ago?
I don't know whether y'all know what I know, man, but my family has been in the music industry, man. Okay. Man, I could tell you stories how I would come home to my grandparents' house and Aretha Franklin or Daryl Coley or James Cleveland or somebody like that would be over at my grandma's house coming to get my Uncle Thomas Whitfield. I know how this music industry goes, okay? I can name you a multitude of rappers who I inspired in this game, and I'm going to tell you why I got out, okay? That game, we've all heard about the Castor's Couch. What was that movie, Mahogany or A Lady Sings the Blues?
Yeah. Where
that white man made her, Diana Ross with Billy D. Williams, okay? He made her and took her right up to Hollywood and right to where she was getting to the crossroads where she was to cross over to get that money. He made her take off that clothes and get some. And she was crying, taking off that. She was crying, taking off that belt. She was crying, pulling down them pants and panties. And she was crying doing it. And today, Diana Ross got kids by all kind of white music executives. Right. That's the Castor's Couch, baby. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you something. I got movies that I've made. And you know what? It's funny how that I end up acting in these roles, and somehow these roles that I've acted in played out in my goddamn life. I'm telling y'all how this shit go, man. We acting in these movies, and Diana Ross, when she played that role, I think she was doing it like trying to be like a Billie Holiday or something like that, or whatever. I was a real young man.
She was playing Billie Holiday in that movie. That was a Billie Holiday story. That movie.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. And it's funny how she was playing Billie Holiday, but that same story is playing itself out in her life. You know, she had a son, a daughter by a Detroiter, Berry Gordy. And she had some more children by other rich white people that she met fooling around in Hollywood. Let me tell you something, man. When I got out of that industry because I did not want to play that game, man. reason why I don't run with a lot of serious Israelites. Because your life is on the line when we out here. We out here for a purpose, man. We out here for a purpose, and there's nothing better than when black people fulfill their purpose. Okay?
I've been having
Scribe,
All right, hold up. We got Terry's vote. Let's hear Terry's vote.
Yeah, I've been woke, and what it is I got things. What I did was when things was all fuzzy, I had stepped out and went on link so I could watch it from the back chat, and couldn't get back into the damn. When I went back into the room because I had everything full, and I'm not a computer genius at all, dog. Yeah. All right, but I had a hard back in. So, but I was there and I heard everything. You know, I don't know how it would affect any judgments or anything. I will say this here particular whole subject is a subject to me that I'm a student. I'm not a scholar of. I can only hear and know what I know and go from there. But I do have some questions that I would like to ask to Corey. Okay? Being that when I was educated as a globalist. I'm sorry. I was not educated back before Christopher Columbus when the world was flat. Okay? And I'm a student of both sides. But the whole debate led me to some interesting questions. And a question I would like to ask to Corey was the photos that you took, that you showed. Did you take them photos? Did you elevate up to the moon, the universe, or anything like that, where you did an actual investigation yourself? Or because the photos that videos and all that stuff don't answer questions to me. It gives me more and more questions. Because what happens is that the same people that you talk about, like the NASA people and the people who funded my man Buzz Lightyear, Sawyer, and all of them people, whatever, they are the people who took those pictures. You understand what I'm saying? They are the people that made those same videos. Okay, so I'm just throwing for a young a loop, because unless you young Pharaoh or some motherfucker or some Nuwabic motherfucker who swear that they bouncing in and out of the universe and shit, I don't trust nothing that the government's got to say, any of that. I'm a historian, man. I'm not a scientist. I don't deal with things on the scientific level. And this is one of the things where I would like to say that a lot of these people in these debates, I know for a fact, be judging and making judgmental decisions and shit. Oh, shit's next, you know, and not qualified to judge. This here particular debate, because I'm not a globalist or a flat earthist, and never ever had to contemplate these type of issues. I'm just being honest. I'm not qualified to debate this. You know, a lot of information is new, hitting you once, bam, boom, boom, boom. You know, so, but I do know of a scripture. I was doing some research about Isaiah 2 and 18, where it talked about, but then, even then, you bring out some issues. That's a translation. The scripture talks about something about being tossed like a ball to land on the other side of the water or something, where you will be destroyed or something like that. And that really, you know, looking at it from an English level, you know, that would give the round earthers people who deal with the King James only and don't deal with the Hebrew, that would, I'm just going to say that would give, if you deal with the King James version,
The King James Version make it, this thing is really, really like a ball. But when I go back to the Hebrew and I read that,
Go back to the Hebrew. Let me hear.
Around like a ball, like a turban wrapping around the head. So I really don't really understand it. I deal with 3D, man.
I'm going to say the brother basically saying it's a draw on his vote. So
yeah, you know. So yeah, it was hard for me to judge the flat Earth debate, you know, because you know I'm really not into that. You know, to me that stuff is like pseudoscience and stuff to me. So I never really entertained those type of arguments, you know. And a lot of the information that was given to me was new, and it was just. It took me by storm, and I just was not qualified, you know, to make a judgment, you know, and like I said, you know, the same information that Takori was, evidence that Takori was using, he would jump on the other side of that evidence and say that these people are frauds and stuff, you know. So how do I know that those photos and videos are not fraudulent? Evidence, you know, so I couldn't really make that type of decision, you know, like I said, unless he was a young pharaoh or one of them Nuwabic motherfuckers, one of them polite motherfuckers, them alien motherfuckers, you know, planet risk and all that crazy shit, you Nubaru, you know, bouncing in and out of the fucking galaxy and universe and shit and able to make your own assessment. You know, I really can't really judge the evidence. The evidence to me is not sufficient, you know, and that was my judgment. You know, I really was trying to talk, but I kept having technical difficulties and things, and it just was like, man, just fuck it, you know. But yeah, that's what Terry Whitfield is, you dig?